Greetings and welcome to One Spherical Love, Spirituality in a Modern World. And the date is 11/24/2023, and that equals a 5. Today's sermon is to be on call 24/7 is humanly impossible. Words of wisdom. You now have stepped into my workshop. Take notes because you will need it in the future. My meditation lasts from 2 to 4 hours every day. Physically, I'm working or whatever, and mentally, I sit and meditate. You can't tell life, wait until I'm done meditating and then life can happen. I'm physically doing what I need to do in life on my life path while I'm in meditation on what I need to do on my soul path. Being on call 24/7 to me is exhausting. Each and every day, for many years of my life, I have 3 appointments with myself. On my Google Calendar, I have repeat 3 appointments with myself every day. 1 is stretch, because you must stretch the 4 quadrants of personality in mind, body, emotion, spirit each and every day. I do a full body stretch in 5 minutes. Number 2, meditation. The 4 quadrants of personality are mind, body, emotion, spirit, each and every day. Number 3, affirmation for the 4 quadrants, mind, body, emotion, spirit, each and every day. Stretch, meditate, and affirmation for 5 minutes each equals 15 minutes of devoted to yourself, because you make an appointment with yourself each and every day. Meditation begins at 4 a.m. around the world. Now, this is my day of revelation, same as when I say a day sometime during the calendar year, I will create a New Year's resolution, not on January 1st of any given year. So on 11/24/2023 is my day of revelation. A revelation means an act of revelating or communicating divine truth. I just know that I just do what I need to do because the knowledge from 5D 5th dimension, not man-made concepts in 3D 3rd dimension, I have always lived my life this way. I knew from the day I was born in this lifetime. I know who I am. I know where I am here. And I know why I'm here on earth. I know where I'm going, and I know what I need to do to get there. To me, it's a simple, easy peasy piece of cake. But others must learn this in time. I find throughout human life and other particles in life, they just get in the way, or at least that's what I thought. Today I had my first revelation, and it brought tears to my eyes. On November 24th, exactly, November 24th seems to be a very efficient moment in time for me, because I wrote this November 24th, 2023, without realizing that on November 24th, 2005, was the day I began creating my 3rd book, which I'm in the process of writing right now. On this day, the moon was waning crescent. There were many good and bad things that happened on this day. That means that Earth beings felt the shift change through every energy of 369. 3 equals male energy, conflict. 6 equals female energy, love. 9 equals void energy. November 24, 2005 is Sagittarius energy. I am a Gemini sun energy, that is male energy. Sagittarius is my moon energy, and that is female energy. My moon energy is water rabbit. On November 24th, 2005, my female energy is becoming more dominant than my male energy. The left side of your human body is female energy, and the right side of your human body is male energy. Depending upon which side of the body has aches and pains simply means you are ignoring your male or female energy. Many years ago, a coworker said that I reminded them of Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc was acting under divine guidance of God and died May 30, 1431. Years later, another person said that I teach the way Jesus Christ did. Years later, after completing my PhD, my advisor said, "You have a beautiful mind and a few millenniums beyond most human beings." A millennium is 8,000 years, and that means I have a few of them. This is just merely a few people among many that have told me about my energy. Millennium, a period of 1,000 years, the Gregorian calendar put forth in 1582 and subsequently adopted by most countries, did not include a year zero in the transition from BC, before Christ, and to AD, since his birth. Thus, the first millennium is defined as spanning the years of 1 to 1,000, and the second year as 1001 to 2000. Now, as we already know, because I've mentioned this before, 0 is technically the center of infinity. 1 is you in action. So the year 0 did not come up because when you do numerology, it's from 1 to 9. No matter what numerology you are in what culture. It's funny how in the culture, my culture in America, my destiny is a 4. 4 is work. In the Kabbalah, my numerology number is a 6, and 6 is love. Isn't it funny how that works out? Now, my aura pictures also tell a story. I've had a few in my life. Now, my first one I got in 2006, and it shows violet. And violet is the spirit realm of the 8th chakra. And as the years go by, I get another one, and basically, this one is, I move too quick when the camera's going, so it's kind of like not attached to my head sometimes. But you see that little red going, or that blue, that blue is the spirit realm saying, don't worry, your love will be coming. So the spirit realm has always talked to me. And then another one I got here is a lot of green. And yeah, they all have significant meaning because an aura is a snapshot in time of your emotional body of being. Your aura is your emotions that illuminate through the portals called chakras. Now, this is a moment in time to tell you which direction you need to go in your personal growth. And then another one I got the way they set this camera up, it's bewildering. It looks like a freaking egg. And then another one I got, I wrote the dates down somewhere, but another one I got is this one. I like it. It's all pretty white, you know. Another one I got is this one. And I like it because it has violet up there, and that's the 8th chakra. Isn't life grand? Now, like I said, I've had a few of them in my lifetime. An auric pick is a snapshot in time of the emotional body of being in one moment in time. It's like a guide to tell you what you need to work on in your emotions and what you need to grow. When you begin to grow in the direction of personal growth, you are then moving from life path to soul path. These are some of my aura picks. One pick shows that my aura is fully in spirit realm. which is the last one I showed. Yeah. The lady that took the aura pic had a priceless look on her face because she was surprised. She said to me, "Have you ever thought about being a healer because all of your chakras are open?" And each being on earth, including humans, have 28 chakras. 28 equals the number 1, and 1 is self. She said, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." I said, because she said, "Have you ever thought about being a healer?" And I said, "No, but why not?" That was the moment in time for me to begin my path in my pursuit to becoming the best that I could be as a healer. Over the years, I wanted to obtain all the knowledge in the world, and I started doing that when I was 12 years old. It is in 3D upon 4D and of 5D. Practical down-to-earth common sense is 3D human brain, 4D is logic, and that is the portals between 3D and 5D. The human mind is 5D, and that is knowledge. I see all this because I am a seer, and that's above a visionary. A visionary is like conjuring. To manifest is a seer. As a seer, I see the mathematical equation in, upon, of existence. I was blessed with many gifts from God. I utilize these gifts in a human way. That means bringing the knowledge from 5D to 3D. I have been doing this all of my life, in this lifetime, and I'm over 60 years old in this lifetime. I'm an ordained Reverend of Divine Energy. Wherever I go, it is a church. I share, I guide the way of God through quantum physics and metaphysics. I am a metaphysician, non-drug practitioner, alternative doctor. Anywhere you go in the world, you will find alternative doctors through shamans, shawomen, yogis, etc. An alternative doctor is energetically connected to the elements. Where I live at, there is a news article recently about researchers finding higher concentrations of microplastics in soil. I sent the link to my mother and told her, "I've been saying for years that snowbirds are bad." Snowbirds are people that live where it snows at in different states. Then they come here to the Southwest to get away from the snow, and then they bring their trash. They come here for 6 months, bring their trash with them, and it goes to the landfills. The landfills are no longer piles of trash turning into dirt. Those piles of trash are now becoming mountains of dirt filled with trash. The city workers spread that dirt all over town and in fields where the local food grows. As the plants grow, they are sold to local stores. Then the local stores sell the products to the local community. It is just lovely that those man-made mountains we are now eating their trash. The local government said that the snowbirds help our local economy. Really? And I'm always thinking, like, really? What realm do you perceive this to be, for Pete's sake? As a professional landscaper for over 30 years, I physically see this is not helping the local economy. It is hurting the local economy. I really have no desire whatsoever to eat another person's trash. We must all learn to grow in personal growth. We all receive blessings in the form of lessons. The lessons are what we must learn, and lessons what we must teach. I was blessed with this knowledge. As with all things we receive are lessons that we may feel like a blessing or a curse. This is the whole point of learning, to learn how to communicate with the universe. To pray to God is to talk to God. To meditate is to communicate with God. It's two different things. When I receive a blessing or a curse from God, I look up at the sky and ask, what am I to learn from this? No one answers, and God will send symbologies and metaphors through the spirit realm. The spirit realm sends me the messages through symbologies and metaphors from 5D into 3D for me. My purpose in this life, in this lifetime, is to share through guiding the messages from God. I was blessed with this job. This is my purpose in this lifetime. I was born knowing who I am, what I'm doing, where I'm going, and what my purpose is in this lifetime. It is my job that I am blessed to share these through guiding humans through metaphysics. Being blessed with cancer for 3 different times in my lifetime, 3 different cancers, I learned a new life. I learned how to live differently. After receiving cancer treatments, I once again learned a new life. I learned how to live life differently. These were powerful teaching tools that I had to learn how to live a new life with cancer radiation and chemotherapy. Well, sometimes it's hard to swallow. I received another blessing with all those treatments. The doctors told me that I would have side effects from cancer treatments for up to 20 years. At first I was very scared. In time I learned a new way of doing things in life. Every time I would get a blood test, the test would show which mineral I was low in, and it helped me to research which mineral I needed. One of the side effects I received from cancer treatments is my esophagus is falling apart. Esophagus is tissue cells. In order to stop choking on my own tissue cells as it was falling apart and I would not swallow it, I had to figure out how to rebuild my own tissue cells. In my 20s, I wanted to learn about chemistry in college. That would tell me the chemical compounds that make up the tissue cells. I didn't get to study chemistry. Over 35 years later, I began learning because my conditions to become a chemist for my own heal. I got what I wanted. I didn't even have to go to college to learn it because I actually started living it. I always say I am my own guinea pig. To help the nerve damage in my face because of sinus cancer, I did my research. Soy, saffron, omega-6 oils, dairy products, wheat, citrus fruits, corn, caffeine, meat of any kind, nuts, and eggs. Studies have shown that low-fat, vegetarian, and vegan diets based on fruits and vegetables, low-protein food rich in vitamin B can significantly reduce pain in neuropathy. Neuropathy is the nerves in your human body. My esophagus was falling apart for about 8 months. Then it slowly stopped falling apart. The side effects of dry mouth is getting better. I'm not losing as much minerals as previously when I had frequent urination. When you frequently urinate, it means it's pulling out the magnesium, pulls out the potassium, pulls out the sodium, which then gives you a low immune system, which then gives you a low white blood count. Yeah, I learned about all this. So they had to stop some of the cancer treatments because my white blood count was going too low. Yeah, isn't life grand? Okay. Then it slowly stopped falling apart, my esophagus. The side effects of dry mouth is getting better. I'm not losing as much minerals as previously when I had frequent urination. This tells me that my kidneys are now healing. Because your kidneys process, when you urinate a lot, it pulls out what I just said, magnesium or blah, blah, blah. The blood test about 1 year ago showed I had too much creatine. That means that my kidneys were malfunctioning. Now my creatine level is normal. It's a year later. And, oh my goodness, don't you love technology? Now my esophagus has stopped falling apart and my vision is now messing up. Let's see how long this lasts. So I can be looking at something and my left eye is looking down and my right eye is looking up. So I have to put my head cockeyed to the side so I can see my vision straight. It's a learning adaptation. And it's like, okay, it's just something else that's gonna last. At first I was scared when all this stuff happened. But as you see in time, like the hearing doctor says, I will have permanent hearing damage in my right ear because of the radiation treatment. And I looked at him and thought, in your mind only, because I will get my hearing back. And a year and a half later, I now have 70% of my hearing back on the right ear, supposedly permanent hearing damage. You should have seen that look on his face when he saw that test result. It's priceless. I love this stuff. You don't have to say a word. You just see their face. It's like they're in shock. Dude, I'm a walking miracle. How do you not know this? I looked at him after he looked at the test and I said, you don't know me. You don't know what I can accomplish. He goes, no, I do not know you. The lady that's his assistant of the ear doctor, she goes, he's young. He has daughters. He's still teachable. Yeah, okay. And these are supposed to be professionals? Really? Get your head out of a book. You got street smarts and book smarts, for Pete's sake. When you have street smarts and book smarts at one moment in time, you then become a whole being. Get your ego off the high horse and bring it down and be human. Thank you. Now, remember, change, as with all things, because life, the only inevitable thing in life is change. It takes 2 weeks for the human brain to stop rejecting change. It takes 3 months to become naturally the way of doing things. It takes 6 months to become natural because it is now in your subconscious. Remember, you have the id, the ego, the superego. Yeah, Freudian theory. In the last 6 months, it is what psychologists call the 8 levels of human emotion. The human's emotions go through where there is trauma. Metaphysically, the human personality changes every 7 years, and this correlates to the auras and chakras. Remember, you have 7 auras and chakras in each body of being. 7 in mind, 7 in physical, so on and so forth, because you have 28, which equals 1. Wow, well, miracles never cease. I recently, finally, have had all my 5 businesses on my business card. I think they're pretty. I like them. And the businesses are here. Now, I am Reverend Dr. Juanita Lewis, DDIV, PhD, CSPO, period, CFP, period, CRP, period, CMLC, period, behavioral scientist, veteran, holistic nutrition, metaphysician, non-drug practitioner, alternative doctor, and a cancer survivor. My website is onespirituallove.com, YouTube, One Spiritual Love, Art Pal, One Spiritual Love, and then I have my book, Fractalmology. Fractalmology 5-in-1, and you can find that on Amazon. Yeah, it took a while to get everything on one card. I'm extremely busy, what can I say? I have studied and researched food nutrition for over 35 years. I will be teaching Metaphysical Healing Art workshop through the 4 quadrants in nutrition. The nutrition you put in your mind, the nutrition you put in your body, the nutrition you put in your emotions, the nutrition you put in your spirit. This is the 4 quadrants in holistic nutrition for the whole being. I specialize through spiritual teaching, spiritual counseling, spiritual healing. I help guide by helping to reconnect mind, body, emotion, spirit into one love, self-love. I am Unispiritual Muse, means one spherical spirit in inspiring. The more I learn about me, the more I can help others, which in turn helps humanity. I've always watched the world through the eyes of a child, felt the emotions of the world, hear the tones of the universe, touch the inspirations of the future, and taste the sensations of life to awaken cosmic consciousness. I have come to Earth to stimulate every cell in my being to experience all energies from all galaxies and to transcend the transparencies of cosmic consciousness through the time sequence on the timeline, through the vibrational vibrations of rhythmic rhythms of celestial tones. I will post on my website, onespiritoflove.com, the days and times of my workshops. Keep in mind the 5 W's that are power source, the power of mind, body, emotion, spirit that create the core being. And remember, the core is the soul. The soul is the teacher to the spirit that is the student. The spirit is the teacher to the human that is the student. The 5 W's is who, what, where, when, why. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Because people think it's more important how. I think it's more important why. Anyways, it's interesting to note that I had never heard of the city I moved to, that I live in now, and have been living here for over 20 years. My job on the street name is my first name. Where I work at, the street name is my first name. At the end of that street, the next street is the same as my birthday. One of the schools I mow is on the same street as my last name. My birthday is 6663. That is June. And June comes from the goddess Juno. Juno wears a cloak of power, of attention, the attributes fertility, childbirth, and marriage, protector of marriage, families, children, and wife of Jupiter. Jupiter is associated with Thursday. Jupiter, 10, honor, riches, clothing, desire, West, knowledge. I live in the West. I wanted to obtain all the knowledge since I was 12. And everything is falling exactly where it should be in my destiny. The Jupiter age is 35 to 42 in human years. Expansion by growth, established by chosen calling, and I'm a reverend, so my calling is to spread the word of God. Psychological maturity, deeper fulfillment of self-progression, age 35 to 42 years old, pertains to human years. I believe that why wait until you retire to accomplish what you want to in life? The universe cannot provide you with what you want if you wait to ask. Life is for the living, not the living dead. Open your heart chakras to heart smiles and stop taking life so seriously. Yes, my friend, you have 4 hearts. Mind, body, emotion, spirit. 4 hearts. Today I'm calling upon the spirit realm, and of course I cleansed and all the goodies before I started any esoteric readings, whatever that readings may be, because I get my messages from the higher up to this is what I'm supposed to be doing today, and it does get exhausting each and every day. Today, as usual, I'm calling upon the spirit realm to help guide me through these moments in time, to guide me into relevance of energy to the realm of energy for all. I am centered with self in order to receive what is to be shared. The present energy for today is the 5 of Cups. And the process of losing in order to receive. This is from the Aquarian Tarot deck. And the saying is, when one door closes, another door opens. The particles are part of the whole. The questions are the particles in the human brain 3D. The answers are the doors that are part 4D of the whole. The whole is 5D, the human mind. So the Five of Cups is receiving and giving, because you are changing your life each and every day. The Five Cups is center. It is present moment. The past is the Ten of Rods. Same as batons, depending upon which tarot deck you use. That is the sense of oppression as success. It is starting to formulate for the future. Remember, this is the past. The past is what you remember, and as you move on through the present, creates the future. Then it was funny because that card literally jumped off of the top of the deck, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess you want to really show yourself, okay. And then it's like something was calling, the spirit realm was calling. You need to pull out a third card. I like sometimes just do one card for today's moment. But the spirit realm says, no, today you do past, present, future. Okay, here we go. So, it's funny. The third card that popped out, of course I had to giggle. The Devil card is a major arcana. The Devil card is relating to destructive force and material things. Yes, that is male energy. The Saturn age, because the Devil card is related to the planet Saturn, because Saturn relates to Capricorn. The Saturn age is age 42 to 49 in human years, symbol of father. Lessons of self-discipline, mistakes are revealed, and creates abyss of decline and depression. A different path for growing old. Almost 50 years have passed that creates hardening of arteries, brittleness of the skeleton, and fixation of views that can only be dissolved by the grave. Isn't that wonderful? Saturday comes from Saturn. Saturn, lead, and that is a mineral, and life, building, doctor, and protection, and career. Anything esoteric is merely guiding path to tell you what was, what is, and what will be when you stay on your life path until you learn the direction of your soul path. Basically, you are learning a new way, new day, new you. You are learning to transcend from 3D to 5D as long as you learned your power, how to grow in personal growth with your power. Now, for me, it's mostly about the elements. Air, earth, fire, water, wood. Learn your elements. These are the symbols of the element. Fire, earth, water, metal, wood. 5 elements, feng shui. Because you have to understand that each culture, last known 22 cultures around the world, each culture has their symbology of elements. Learn the elements. It will help you grow far in life. As I said, I am the Gemini air element. I am the water rabbit in Chinese astrology. Now here you have the eggs that are connected through the portals that turning from the baby as it's growing into love, and this is center point, creating a giant heart space that now, because it's transcending into Mama's third eye chakra. This comes from the fractal animal. In my book series, 5 in 1, it's an epic adventure 5-in-1. This particular adventure has 4 children books. Fragmentology 5-in-1 contains 3 in paperback form. Now, you can find my art on artpal.com. One Spherical Love. Now, this one I really like because this was an art competition. And in the art competition was to do the, Dark Mermaid. Yeah. So I did Dark Mermaid. Now, I haven't figured out how to do both of these papers onto one paper, but this is, it's pretty big, you see. It's the Dark Mermaid that I sketched, and I still have yet to put that on my art pal. I think it's pretty cool. And you can see I won the oh my goodness, there's only a certain amount of room in here. I have the certification of the honorable mentions in mixed media. My mixed media was the fractal goat. There are 26 Chinese astrology signs. It's like 15. And then the fractal characters, which is fragmentology, is the year of 3050, universe 23, planet number 3. It's an epic adventure, past, present, future of Shawanisha, guided by her 5 spirit guides. And one of the characters is the fractal goat. And this is what I won, mixed media, on this particular one. And as I was painting, I didn't realize until later that it's a snake head, and I didn't realize till years later. This is Go-Wai. That's who this is. And the fractal rabbit is Shint. And like I said, there's 16 there. And you got the fractal cow Wishjin. So fractals are mathematical equations, similar, self-replicating, and these are holographic animals coming from the spirit realm. We all have spirit animals in our life. Now, when you understand a bit more about symbologies and metaphors, you understand that the universe transforms the creation of immortality. In Greek, universe, this is a symbology. In basic alchemy, this is a symbol of creation. In Greek immortality, this is the symbol for immortality. Now, in one of my pictures, you will have the soul that transcends into a spirit, and the soul is Yala, and this is Yala. And Yala then goes into the portals and is on the tree that you will see above, Frixie's above the tree, because the soul wants to keep watch and guide Shawanisha, as all the spirit realms do in our lives. They are guiding. Now, when you understand the elements, air, earth, fire, water, wood, you begin to see how they're related to you. Now, you have in each age, as I told you previously, each age goes by the year of human. Now you've got air, young. You have boy, girl, father, no, mother, father. Now when you understand how the Gemini human brain works, the right hemisphere of the brain is straightforward in gray, white, and silver, like metal. The left hemisphere of the human brain is rainbow. So we see with both sides of the hemisphere of the brains. And dependent upon if you are male or you are female energy, you could be young, you could be older. And then as you go through, you're going to see that fire generates ash. And as you see, this is father. And each one has a name. This is Lakey. And fire generates ash. And this is mom. And this is son. So I've got all of them there. And there are 22. And they are on my art site. And you can get in cups and all that stuff. And print on demand and everything. And then the book is on Amazon. You can get that. And I'm pretty tuckered out because I'm constantly, I think finally my meditation is finally went through, and I started, it's 10:30. I started about 3:30 this morning. So it's a pretty exhausting day. It's my day off, so we gotta go rest a bit and eat a bit and just do humanly stuff. And life is love. Love is life. And if you enjoy my content and my sermon, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And blessings from Reverend Lewis, and thank you for your support.